Hello, Sundale parents and students. Mrs. Ruffert and I are here, excited to present our Character Count students for the Character Counts pillar for responsibility.
Mrs. Lopez and Mrs. Savoy nominated Manuel Campos. Manuel works very hard on his daily classwork. It is always organized and neat. He takes pride in his daily work. Thank you, Manuel. Way to go.
Reagan Kiefer being nominated by Miss Carvalho. Reagan demonstrates her worthiness of receiving this recognition on a daily basis. She attends all of our class Zooms, is always ready and prepared. Her contributions to the discussions are always on point, and her schoolwork is always outstanding. I am proud of you for your responsible role in your educational journey. Way to go, Reagan.
Jace DeWitt, nominated by Mrs. Beeson. Jace shows responsibility on Zoom by making responsible decisions, being trusted, and learning to take credit for his actions, whether good or bad. He is learning that the choices he makes affects him, but also how his choices and action affect his friends on Zoom. Thank you, Jace, for being so awesome. I am so proud of you. Another responsible child.
Madison Cortez being nominated by Mrs. Johnston. Madison never misses a Zoom meeting, always participates with discussion, and completes all of her assignments. Keep up the great work, Madison. So proud of you.
Caleb Pedro. Caleb is nominated by Mrs. Souza. Caleb is very diligent when it comes to classwork. He is always an active participant in our class meetings and completes his work with pride. Thank you for being an awesome, responsible student, Caleb.
Drew Correa being nominated by Mrs. Kennedy, who is always on time and prepared to learn. He always has a positive attitude and participates in our Zoom discussions. Drew continues to demonstrate responsibility daily in our Zoom class. Way to go, Drew.
Melissa Alejandras, nominated by Teacher Pauline. Melissa has shown a lot of improvement in all her work and attendance in school. I am very proud of her. She's a great example of responsibility.
Harley Souza being nominated by Mrs. Grieve. Harley shows responsibility every single day in the way she participates during Zooms, gives her full attention during lessons, always stays on top of all her classwork, and takes responsibility for her learning by asking questions. Way to go, Harley.
Addison Solis, nominated by Mrs. Robles. Addison is a great example for the pillar of responsibility. She attends all her Zoom meetings, participates in class, and completes all her work at the best of her ability. She's a wonderful student and a great example for the pillar of responsibility. Way to go.
Axel Garcia being nominated by Mrs. Medeiros. Axel arrives to his Zoom meetings on time or early. He is always prepared for his lessons and ready to learn. He completes all of his daily assignments correctly and in a timely manner. I am most impressed with how he goes above and beyond in all that he does. Great job, Axel.
Isabella Vasquez, nominated by Mrs. Vasquez. Isabella comes to our group every day prepared and ready to learn. She doesn't let technology problems keep her from trying her best and participates to the best of her ability. Thank you, Isabella, for being a dependable and responsible student.
Ellie Van Holzen, nominated by Mrs. Mello. Ellie is always on task and eager to learn. I can count on her to be attentive and follow directions. Thank you, Ellie, for being so responsible.
Corbin DeWitt, nominated by Miss Faria. Corbin is dedicated to her schoolwork. She is always listening and participating in our class sessions. Way to go, Corbin, for being a responsible student.
Maddox Alter, nominated by Mrs. Aguayo. Maddox is such a great student. I appreciate the fact that he asks questions whenever he does not understand. I love his positive attitude towards learning and school. I'm so proud of you, Maddox.
Valentina Sandoval Perez, nominated by Mrs. Allen. Valentina always does her best to be responsible on her Zoom. Even when a bad connection throws her out, she comes back as quickly as she can. Thank you, Valentina, for being so responsible.
Gabriel Reese, nominated by Mrs. Martinez. Gabriel is an amazing student. He always does what is asked of him, and if he is unsure, he asks for help. He is encouraging to his classmates. When we have a problem on Zoom, he always has a solution. He is self-disciplined. It is a joy to have Gabriel in our classroom.
Archer Rogers, nominated by Mrs. Gonzalez. Archer is working hard doing distance learning. He responsibly completes his homework packets each week. Even when presented with a challenge, Archer will ask questions and persevere. We are so proud of you, Archer.
Emily Martin, nominated by Mr. Bagley and the whole class. Emily works so hard, is diligent in my Zoom meetings, answers questions with thought and consideration, and turns in quality work every week. She is a kid of character.
Jacob Lopez, nominated by Mrs. Nunes. Jacob is an excellent example of a responsible person. He is always one of the first students to log on in the morning, usually a little before 7 a.m., and begins to complete the assignments of the day. He always gives his best effort and turns his assignments in on time. Way to go, Jacob.
Margaret Eunice, nominated by Mr. Gordon. Margaret holds herself accountable for all assignments and takes care to make sure that work is turned in with quality in mind. She also contributes great ideas to our classroom discussions. Thank you, Margaret, for being so responsible.
Damian Flores, nominated by Room 26B Day Camp. Damien is always ready to learn and gets all of his work done without being asked multiple times. Overall, Damien is a great student and a joy to have in class. Way to go, Damien.
Aiden Castaneda, being nominated by Mrs. Vallejo. Aiden always gets his work done on time. He goes above and beyond when it comes to his schoolwork. I'm so proud of you, Jaden. Way to go.